My name is Carrie Luke. I am Royal Family and Managing Director with RichWay International and the BioMat Company. The BioMat Company is the downline I belong to and is founded by Gail Susi, who happens to be my sponsor. I live in Alachua, Florida, which is north central Florida, 10 minutes north of Gainesville, out in the country. I have 5 acres that I have a horse and 2 dogs and 3 cats that keep me company, and 1 human child who's grown up now who lives in the neighborhood. So this BioMat came into my life back in 2005, shortly after Gail had found it. Back then, Gail was an amazing graphic artist. She had quite an established business in Gainesville for many, many years. And I came to her as a friend who wanted to have a logo developed. So I went to her house where she worked, and she had all this beautiful lavender and purple things scattered across her table. And that happened to be my favorite color, so being the nosy girlfriend, I asked her what was going on there, and she said she was developing a brochure for a new product that somebody had brought to her. And she said that the gal had left it with her so that she could become familiar with it so she might do a better job in writing the brochure for it. She said, "You have to try this. It's absolutely amazing. You're going to love it." And I said, "Well, what is it?" She says, "It's a BioMat. You lie down on it and you take a nap." And I was resistant. And I said, "Oh, no, I don't nap. I can hardly sleep, and I certainly don't nap." She goes, "Come with me. You're going to love it, and it's going to work." So she marched me back to her room, where I laid down and fell asleep very quickly to my surprise. And when I woke up 25 minutes later, I never felt so good in my entire life, because my problem, you see, has been lack of sleep. I had never could fall asleep since I was a child. I'd lay there for 2 or 3 hours waiting to fall asleep, and when I finally would fall asleep, if a dog barked and I woke up, I couldn't fall back to sleep. So it was a very disruptive sleep and not very sound sleep, not very productive sleep. So I never really knew what it was like when people would say, "Well, just go to bed and you'll feel better when you wake up in the morning. You'll feel much more refreshed." I didn't know what I was missing, and to me it was no big deal until the BioMat came into my life, and that was very profound. Let me tell you, when you don't have sleep and all of a sudden you have it, it's really quite an experience. So needless to say, I went crazy and I bought a BioMat for myself. I bought a BioMat for my mother. I bought a mini mat. I bought the water unit and the Rejuvena. I just went nuts over the products because Gail explained them to me. But as so many of us do, I tucked it away and I didn't use it. It was so funny. They started arriving, but I was in the middle of remodeling a home I had just moved into. And so not long after that, Gail asked me, "So how are you enjoying your BioMat, Carrie?" And I sheepishly said to her, "Well, it's still in the boxes. I haven't even taken them out." So she reprimanded me, of course, like any good friend should do. And I promptly took them out and started using them. And I've been using them ever since. And it's had a profound experience. It's been a profound experience for me, both socially and health-wise. It's really been an amazing journey. So for me, my sleep improved. I can now fall asleep and still am sleeping soundly through the night. It's going on my 12th year. I fall asleep in less than 5 minutes. And if the dogs wake me up in the middle of the night, I can go right back to sleep. And that's how it's been for 12 years. I have a mad love affair with my BioMat. I can't imagine not having it. And every time I click it on to go to bed at night, my body goes, ooh, gets really excited. And the dogs do too, and the cats, and they'll jump in bed with me as well. So it's really quite amazing. It's also raised my internal core temperature, which has always been below normal. I've been freezing my whole life, never been able to enjoy the air on my skin or ceiling fans or air conditioning, and now it doesn't bother me at all. It's still slightly below normal, but it's raised quite a bit. So now I feel like I'm a normal person again. Also, I never sweat before, and now I sweat regularly, which is good. It's healthy to sweat, and before I could hardly ever break a sweat. So that's been a huge improvement. Also, one of the best things besides sleep is it totally boosted my immune system. I used to get bronchitis 3 times a year, and since the BioMat has come into my life, I have not been sick a day in my life. I don't get a flu shot. I haven't had the flu. If I feel sniffles coming on, I just crank the BioMat up and do a power session on it. And usually within the day or two, it's gone. So it's really been quite phenomenal for me. So with that said, I totally became enamored with the mat. And I had a regular corporate job. And what I began to do was share it with family and friends, like you always do when you find something that's impacted your life so nicely. You want everybody else to have the same benefits. Well, the BioMat began to have a life of its own, and it was interfering with my regular job. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to quit this job, my regular job, and I'm just going to make BioMat full-time and make that my full-time career. And that's what I did after the first year of having the BioMat. It was just phenomenal. I jumped into it head first. I came from a corporate background in sales and customer service and management. So I decided, Gail and I kind of teamed up together, being friends, and we thought we'll share this adventure together. She was the graphic artist, so she could prepare beautiful things for us, pieces, literature, and trifolds, and documents to share to enhance sales and be able to share with people the beautiful things that the BioMat could do. And then I, having my sales background, had an understanding of what kind of tools we needed and how we could present this to the public. So we started doing trade shows, and we took the BioMat on the road, and we first started locally in the state of Florida doing health fairs and professional conferences, medical conferences, and wellness events, testing out the materials we had made and getting our spiel down pat. Well, it was so well received, it was really quite phenomenal, and we were just having way too much fun with it. So I said, okay, the next level, Gail, is we're going to take this on the road and we're going to go nationally. So after the first year of having success in Florida, we prepared a show kit that we shipped around on a pallet. We had a pallet with all our show necessities. We had 3 massage tables, 3 professional BioMats, 3 mini mats, a 6-foot table, all kinds of linens and accoutrements to make the mat, our show booth, very ooh la la and feng shui-like. It was a very inviting booth. Everybody just loved it, and we usually were voted the most favorite booth at the shows from vendors and from attendees, just because it was so lovely to come and visit. So we were able to very successfully travel around the country doing the same and at a larger scale. And that first year, we did a show a month. And then it became so successful, we built a second show pallet. We had one on the West Coast, and then we had one that was constantly moving. So between the two of them, we kept those moving. And our third year, our third and fourth year, we did 2 shows a month. So we were, really going at it gung-ho. One might think that's a lot of work, but we enjoyed the travel and we enjoyed the people that we were meeting. It was just so much fun, and we had great success with it. So the booth was very inviting. We were low-key, non-intimidating, and we didn't sell. As you know, the BioMat is a tool that you share. You want to share the wellness with people, and the BioMat will speak for itself and sell itself. So you don't need to have any sales experience. We merely invited people into our booth to do a 15-minute session, and they just were so enamored by it by the time they woke up that it was just so much fun to work with and talk to the people, and the people that came into our lives were just quite amazing. We have many professionals of all modalities that we work with now, and we work around the globe because it's unlimited. You can sell this product globally. RichWay International is just that. It's a global company, very successful. So there's no territories, there's no quotas, there's no auto ships. Once you achieve your level, you're at that level, and it's quite phenomenal. So with working at it really hard, those first, I would say, 3 to 5 years of doing a lot of trade shows, as many trade shows as we could, in wanting to sell the mat, and also in doing so, finding distributors along the way, and those sales also bringing us referrals, we were able to build our downlines and get a regular stream of income. This is all that we do. It supports me fully, as well does it Gail and many other people in our downline. and it just takes a little perseverance in the beginning. And once you start getting those regular payouts, which are so much fun to get, and you start helping your downline achieve those payments, it's just quite amazing to be able to bring that joy into people's life. The health and the extra income is such a stress reliever. So, and RichWay is a stress-free job because they don't ask anything of you except for to share the BioMat. So it's sort of a no-brainer. So with my success in reaching Diamond, the next level was going to be Royal Family. By this time, I had a very large downline, and I had become a managing director, which is a person designated to train people, not only in your own downline, but anywhere in the world. So you have to enjoy training and helping and teaching. So I was mentoring a lot of people, and I had a lot of active people in my downline. So what I decided to do to take that royal leap to Royal Family, I needed a little nudging from Gail to take my fears away because it requires regular payments, and it was a lot harder than back in the day. I became Royal Family back in 2011. I started in 2010. So once I decided to go for it, I followed Gail's path. And Gail was very clever and made it a lot of fun. And what she did, and so what I did, was every week I had a contest. And for those people in my downline, the person who sold the most would get a gift. It could be brochures, it could be CDs that we had created, guided meditations that we had created to use on the BioMat. We offered tools every week to the person who sold the most to help them sell. And then everybody's name who participated went into a drawing, and at the end of that period, when I finally achieved my Royal Family, then I had a drawing, and that person received a free mini-mat. So the interesting thing is that your success becomes your team's success. Because as you're striving to reach your goals, you're raising other people up in your downline to higher levels for them too. So it becomes a lot of fun. They're achieving gold status, emerald status, diamond status. So it becomes very invigorating for everybody. So it's a wonderful way to grow your downline and for everybody to achieve success. So lo and behold, I did it, and I became Royal Family. And it's been tons of fun ever since. I've met the most amazing people, and RichWay has allowed me to do remodeling in my home. I'm driving my third RichWay car, so I get an auto allowance, and I'm on my third car. I paid cash for my daughter's wedding 5 years ago. So it's amazing what it has done, and I hope it will bring that success to you, and it's really not that hard. You just need to find what brings you joy and how you share the mat and how you express and share that joy and enthusiasm with your downline. And in helping your downline achieve success, you'll achieve success. And it's just so fun because the more successful your downline is, the more successful you become. So it's a win for everyone. So I wish you all luck. I hope that you have fun in this adventure, and RichWay is going to enhance your lives in ways you would have never imagined before. So thanks for listening to me, and if you ever have any questions, just give me a jingle, 352-514-7199. Talk to you soon. Bye.